Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Star Ruler 2. I'm Siberian, and we are continuing the design of our Death Star super laser ship. Uh, I guess that's what we're calling it. So, from continuing on, we got a fair amount of supply storage, a fair amount of support command. We've got our super laser in the middle, a big spinal super laser. We've got 6 railgun batteries on the forward flanks, doing 202 DPS each, and we have 4 missile launchers on either side in the rear, doing 258 DPS each. So we're doing about 2000 DPS off the missile launchers. 246, about 1200 DPS worth of railguns, and 1300 DPS off of a laser. What I might do is I might see if I can make the railgun batteries a little bit larger. So if we put this one here, one here, one here, we can probably amp up the DPS value a little bit. We've got 261 each at the moment. Let's put here, and one from that side there. There we go. We've got 261 here and 318 here. That's pretty good. Actually, if we push this one here, we can push it here instead. So 318, 372, 261. We have variable size railgun batteries. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, quick question. If I put this one here, will I lose anything? This one. No. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So we have ourselves our railgun batteries. We have our primary laser cannon. I'm wondering whether I should put a secondary laser cannon just here. So we have a primary spinal cannon doing 1300, and then just a 164 little pew pew laser. Yeah, I like that. Maybe some rocket pods. Only 130, 143 DPS, but could be enough. No, we are really ramping up the control. Because we have so many separate weapons, we really need more control. So let's go take care of that first. So bridge and crew. We'll put a secondary bridge over here. We're going to have to expand them out a little bit. There we go. We're going to want a bit more supply storage, I think. We'll put a few more supplies back here. And yeah, 6 more supply storage along the sides here, just to fill it out. Okay, 2.4 supply capacity. That's impressive. Alright, how are we doing? We got plenty of power, we got plenty of control. Our hyperdrive speed is pathetic, but we have skip drives for that. We have almost 10,000 shield. Our acceleration is mediocre at best. So let's see what we can do about that. We have plenty of internal space left, so I think I want to expand that. We can probably also make our ship a little bit more bulky, so if we move the missile battery out here. Okay. We can do... Yeah, we can expand the engines. We want iron engines or rocket engines? Because we already have a decent amount of acceleration. We kind of want a bit more maneuverability as well, because it's currently turning at 0.03 radians. So yeah, I think I want a lot more some really powerful ion engines. There we go. We're doing 2.1 and we're turning at 0.11 radians. That's pretty good. We'll expand these rocket engines out a little bit as well. There we are. We're doing 2.4 units a second. That's not bad. Well, we still have 200 more. What are we going to do about it? Well, we now have room here. We could potentially put a big old rocket pod. I think that will be okay. That's doing 879 DPS. Yes, that's pretty good. I like that. Very impressive rocket pod. Or do we want an additional laser cannon? Big old turbo lasers. I think I want big old turbo lasers. Yeah. Gonna have to up the power output. Look at that. Big old forward-firing turbo lasers. That's impressive, that is. We do cut down on these, though, and we're going to have to put armor, which is going to cut down on this one more. So if we expand the railgun battery to here, well, that cuts that down. There we go. So we can expand this railgun battery. That'll do. Now we can probably move this one back here as well. There we go. Okay, so we're going to have a bit more control, so a bit more bridge. Go, and we're going to need another bit of antimatter generator. We will expand it there, and there to keep it even. Alright, now it's time to just improve what we already have. How's that? 2.47 acceleration? It's not bad. Let's get some armor before we start talking about anything else. Might actually think about getting some more shield generators as well. But we're at capped out control right now. I don't want to expand it anymore. Alright, let's work on armor. So, put some plate armor here. They're not really meant to cover too far. And that's cut that one in half, so we'll take that off. Okay, still got maximum arc. Got maximum arc, that's gonna cut it, so yeah. Yeah, just forward firing batteries is fine. That's not gonna cut it either. Again. No, we accidentally deleted a railgun battery. Okay. Light armor. So if we stick it here, we'll cut off any side firing, but we have this one for side firing batteries, and these missile launchers will completely obliterate anything that goes there. So I want a little bit extra armor here, and I do want the turbo lasers to stick out to side fire. So take that. All right, a little bit of ablative armor here for resistance for the tubes. Now we want oh, we can't, but we want a core of plate armor here. And then some reactive armor against any kind of missiles that come at us. And then some extra ablative armor around here. Some more here. And I do want ablative armor here as well. Nothing's going to hurt this thing. Said the Empire before the Death Star was blown up. We'll turn off all firing arcs. There we go. We'll turn on all firing arcs. Oh, we're missing armor here. Go. And a layer of ablative. Oh, that's going to cut it. That's going to cut the field arc. Go. I think I don't want these. Get rid of these. Because we want the very heavy, chunky armor on the front. Reactive to prevent against heavy fire. Few nodes of ablative, just in case. Against smaller fire. You'll notice that damage resistance is now 500, which means a shot needs to deal 500 damage to actually deal any damage to this ablative armor. And the threshold is 757, which, interestingly enough, should actually go down instead of up. Unless it has gone down and I haven't noticed. Oh well. But, yeah. So we've got a nice ablative front. We'll put some of this stuff. There we go. A few more layers of ablative. Hold on. There we go. That, to me, looks pretty impressive. We got 6,800 DPS from this ship alone. We got 2.4 million supply capacity. We have 11,000 support command. 1.4 acceleration and 0.07 radiance turn rate, which is not too bad, but you know, it's meant to be huge and colossal. We got enough power, enough control. We've got hyperdrive speed, which is irrelevant, and we have 9,450 shield capacity with a recharge of 675 per second. Again, that is ridiculously powerful. You know what? Instead of armor here, I'm gonna extend the shield generator. Go. All right. Last thing, we're going to want a construction bay, so it can build its own stuff, right? Actually, yeah. Instead of this, we'll put a construction bay here. So it generates 7.8 labor a minute. The question is, does it consume anything? I don't know if it does. So 15.6 labor a minute, that's a fair amount of labor that it can use to build its own ships, which to me sounds pretty awesome. Can we get a... No, it needs a core. It's fine. Some cargo storage maybe? No. No, that's all fine. Alright. Time to put bulkheads. First of all, we want 2 bulkheads on our super laser so that we can get its HP as much as possible. It is exposed and vulnerable, so we need as much uh, health for it as we can afford. 1500 health for the 1000 HP per block seems appropriate to me. We'll put bulkheads on the railguns as well, since they're facing forward and they're potentially going to get shot. Oh, wait. We have mistakenly shrunk one of our railgun batteries. There we go. Yeah, bulkhead. Our shields definitely need bulkheads as well, just in case. It would be nice to get some internal armor or something that we could have put down, but it's fine. And our turbo laser, of course, needs bulkhead. I don't think we're going to be getting shot from the front, or from the side or rear, and this kind of armor should be fine for it, but we'll put a bulkhead on our ion engines, just in case. I'm going to put one on the primary engines as well, and we want the bulkheads on the antimatter generator? I think we do. Right. Okay. We have ourselves... There we go. That's pretty good to me. Yeah, I like this. This is going to be impressive and scary and expensive. So we'll save that. I did say I wanted some more support ships as well, right? Let's work on some support ships. So, what kind of weapons do we have to work with? Missile launcher, laser, and railgun. We've got rocket engine, defense, supply crate, and bulkheads. So, let's go for a... Okay, so we've got a bit of crew, a little bit of control. And we are going to go for a beam ship. Wrap around laser cannon. We are going to make this guy a size 8. No, make it a size 12. Because we need the DPS to be substantial, right? At the moment, the amount of armor that we're facing, 10.2 damage per second is insignificant, right? So we need to make him larger. Go for 24. Can we make it 24? How much is that? 20 damage per second? Maybe lasers are not the way to go. But railguns. $15.8 damage? Could be worthwhile. Especially because it does actually punch through armor. Or has a chance to punch through armor. Yeah, let's try it. Alright, go. To get a rocket engine. Actually a bit off center. Here we go. 4.2 acceleration. That's good. That's fine. That's about it. Okay. We are going to put in 3 ammo stores. And we are also going to put in yeah, I like Brawler. Okay. Yeah, we're going to load up on ammo stores. And a bit more rocket engine because we're going to armor it as well. Toughen up. Beef up these guns. There we go. And last but not least, put another ammo store in the front. Perfect. All right, now we are going to armor. Let's go for ablative. Ablative seems pretty impressive right now because of the amount of resistance. Oh no, that resistance is fairly low. It's not going to be worth it. So let's just go for plate armor. Yeah, that's not bad. Acceleration is 3, but the ship it's supporting isn't reasonable. We're using 22.8 supply and ammo storage 280. Would be interesting. Here we go. So amount of supply the ship can take with it on an attack run may detach from its fleet. So it can store 280 supply and it uses 22.8. So we have about 10 seconds of firepower. So about 220 damage. That's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, that's alright. We'll put bulkheads, give it a bit more HP. Yeah, we want bulkhead, give it some support. So we now have a cannon raider. Okay, and so our last gunship was size 1. We now have a size 24. So this thing only has 0.93 damage per second. This one has 22 damage per second, which is substantially more impressive. For a missile boat, I really do like this design, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. We got 2.63 damage per second, right? Our missile launcher deals 14.3 damage. That is nowhere near enough. So let's go, and we're going to create a heavy kind of artillery ship. So, no, we're going to make a bomber. All right, this is going to be an off-side one. So we'll load up on ammo stores. There we go. And we will put our launcher here. All right. We are going to make it a size 18. How's that? 150 damage? Let's make it size 25. 200 damage. That's pretty reasonable. We're going to need to give it an engine. Perfect. That's pretty reasonable, I think. Heavily armored core. What I might do is I'm actually going to remove this down here. It's just going to drop it out the side, but what's important is that it's behind an armor plate, so it's going to be very difficult for anybody to actually shoot it there. There we go. That's not bad. I like that. And we have only 5 seconds worth of actual use, but it's fine. Bulkhead on the launcher. And on the engine. And there we go. Alright, that's not too bad actually. I like that. So we got 2.63 for size 2, right? And for an increase of 12 times, we get 37.5. Doesn't sound like much, but the larger size means it can overcome armor better. Because even standard armor is going to be resisting almost all of that damage, right? So we really do need the improved size. Excellent. Now, Death Star, we can't build. Flat out, we can't build. It's going to take half an hour, right? But what we can do, can we actually build a scaffold? We can't. Okay. Dry dock then. Dry dock a Death Star. We're going to finance that. There we go. That's going to slowly start building it up. 135 minutes, that's a ridiculous amount of time. We are going to see if we can export other planets' production. Where is the dry dock? There should be the dry dock should actually, there it is. Work on dry dock, work on dry dock, work on dry dock. Yeah, so you can only finance it bit by bit. We're just going to have to wait for the budgets to cycle slowly. But we might be able to grab this negotiate. Patriotic surge, yes. Cultivation, we'll grab that. Grab this bureaucracy. Alright, we've got cycle profiteering. We'll grab that, yes. We'll actually use... Oh, we should have used that profiteering automatically. Oh well. Oh, bastard, he stole that from under us. Okay. See how we do with this one then. Nothing worthwhile, but we have our budget cycle, so we're going to finance another 20%. That will slowly build up. As you can see, right, you still need the labor to build it, but you pay for it using your funds at in a piecemeal basis. All right. Anyway, let's keep. Oh, why is this one only on 3.9k? Oh, it's supply. It's out of supply. That's what it is. We will move it. That's awfully close. We'll move it over here so it can get closer. Or even better, we'll take it over here where we have production. Also going to add a support group. So missile bomber, those, and a cannon raider, those. Yeah, go for a heavy gunship. There. Profiteering. Yes. There's to buy profiteering. We're going to have to do something about a budget as well, because once that ship is built, our budget is going to tank. How are we doing on planets? Okay, so each one so 2 planets cost 160, and we've got 250 on these. We need to do something about these ones here. What does this one want? This one needs water. Okay, so we need a water planet. We'll just grab up all the level 1 planets that we can find. Ancient City is not bad. Influence and Research. Oh, that's level 2 though. Never mind. Oh, here's one with natural gas and ancient ruins. Yeah, we'll grab that. Luxury materials. Yep, yep. Textiles, yep, grab that. Deuterium, grab that. Textiles, grab that. More textiles, we'll definitely want to grab that. Oh, there's an entire arm over here that we haven't exploited yet. Beautiful. Alright, electronics, we want that. Phasite, 1 research production per 5 billion. We want to grab that. All level 1 planets. All level 1 planets. Alright. So how much have we lined up? Well, we got 19 water and 17 food requirements. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Food. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 food. Okay, so that's food. Now we need 19 water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hmm. 8 so yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 water so far. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. One more. 19. Okay. Now some of these are most likely going to have been grabbed already, but we'll see what we can do about changing that. Oh, there's their mothership. There's their mothership. Perfect. What's it doing? What's it doing? Okay, it's moving. That away. Negotiate. Oh, we got a remnant. Need a remnant buster. Go take out that remnant guy. Raiding my freighter. I'm gonna speed it up a bit. Get up to 1.5 times. Interesting. When did a wormhole open up right next to our industry core? That's weird. Probably because that's not our industry core. Okay. We've gone a bit over time again, so I'll put another break in the episode here, and in the next one we will continue constructing our Death Star. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all the usual, and I will see you in the next episode.